How much is your past determining your present and your future experiences that you're going to have? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Low Budget Wisdom. I'm Marcus, and today we're going to talk about how much of your past memories and your past mistakes and your past experiences, how much is it affecting how you are living life in the present and how you are going to live your life in the future. So let me explain that. So I'm sure everybody has some kind of past experiences that causes some emotions or feelings that you can remember up till this day, up to today. You can still remember those memories, those feelings that that experience has brought to you, and how you deal with that, right? So if we hold on to the past for too long, if we keep spoiled milk in the fridge for too long, it's going to rot, and it can be dangerous. It can be very dangerous for you, yourself, and for the people around you, right? So think of it this way. If something happened, let's say, just an example from the top of my mind, a friendship. A friendship ended really badly, and this person is a good friend of yours, your best friend, so to speak, but he or she has ultimately decided to hurt you, right? They did something that is, unfair to you. So with that past memory, doesn't matter how long ago, as long as it is a strong past emotional memory, then it will stick to you until you learn, until you accept, and until you learn to let go of it. So this past experience is always constantly running in the background of your mind. Background of the mind is every day you wake up, whether you notice it or not, it is there at the back of your mind. So now, at this present moment, how you make friends will always be determined by some element from that past experience. So isn't that safe to say that you are actually living in the past, even though you are experiencing the present moment? You're meeting someone new today who could potentially be your, you guys click, you guys have a lot of common topics to talk about, common interests, and you're thinking, this person could be a good friend. This person could be my very, very good best friend or whatever, right? But since that element of that past hurt that your previous best good friend has caused you, you are definitely gonna see this new present moment with that same lens of your past emotional memory. So with this old, out to date, outdated lens that you're seeing this perspective in the present moment as you are talking to this new friend, then it's going to be biased. You're gonna be, held back. You're gonna hold yourself back a bit. You're gonna be like, um, ah, I'm kind of scared to make another new friend because I don't want what happened in the past to happen again with this new friend that I'm talking to. So you hold back, you shrink your energy, you're not you're a bit you're a bit afraid to be vulnerable with this person. You're a bit afraid to express yourself fully, authentically with this person. And that will ultimately cause this relationship to be unfulfilling because of that background program that keeps nudging you. Hey, remember what happened in the past? Hey, look, remember? Let's revisit that memory again. Let's go back in time. You don't want to face that kind of emotional downturn again. You don't want to feel that emotional low again. This might be what's going to happen with this new friend that you are meeting at the present moment. Then you get the point. It's definitely going to affect your present friendships. And this applies to everything: colleagues, your romantic relationships, your family members. Even though you meet the same person each time, but if you keep on using past memories and past experiences to judge this present moment, even though like months and years have passed, then it is going to leak that kind of experience into your present experience. Okay, let me give you an example so that you can better understand what I'm trying to get across. Let's say you've received your first ever birthday gift, your first ever birthday present, right, from anyone. You receive this box of present. It's wrapped nicely. Uh, Everything is very presentable on the outside. You're excited to open it, and you get the box of present all wrapped up nicely. You take off the ribbon, you tear off the wrapping paper, you open the box, and you realize it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of dookie. It's a piece of poop. And you got traumatized by that experience. And you were like, wow, is this what presents are supposed to be like? Since it's your first birthday present in your life, you received a piece of shit. And you're shocked. You're dumbfounded. You're discombobulated. And then with that piece of shit in that present box of yours, you throw it away. And you tell yourself, okay, that was a traumatic experience. Never mind. It's the first experience. Now that's the only reference point that you have of what a present should have, of what a birthday present is like, because that's your first experience. That's your only reference point where you can compare to other presents that you are going to receive in the future. Okay, so now that you have this reference point, another year comes and you get a second birthday present. And you get that present wrapped nicely again with the bow, and you may be expecting something different. I hope I don't get the dookie again. You're still hopeful, you know, your levels of hopefulness is still there's still some hope left, right? So you unribbon you take out the ribbon of the present, you tear off the present paper, you open the box for the second time. Guess what? Now it's diarrhea. A box of diarrhea now. And that does it. The second time does it. It's lodged in your mind already. That any time I open a present in a box wrapped nicely with a bow on my birthday, I'm gonna get shit. I'm gonna get dookie. I'm gonna get shit. I'm gonna get poop. So now your mind is fed up. It's like, you know what? Any time that you get presents like this in a box, wrapped in a bow, nicely tucked away, it's gonna be shit. So now you have two reference points. And your brain has, along those years evolved basically to keep you alive, to protect you from traumatic experiences. But it just so happens that you've gotten shit twice in a row for your birthday. And so another year rolls around, the third year, your your hope for this third present is like, it's gonna be dookie, it's gonna be shit, it's gonna be poop. So third year rolls around, and you get this new present, the third birthday present of your life. Same box, wrapped nicely as well, with a bow of ribbon, maybe a spritz of fragrance of perfume over the box. Smells good as well, right? You don't know what's inside the box. But this time you decide, you know what, I'm not gonna try again. I give up. I'm not gonna try again. I'm not gonna open this box and see another pile of shit like what I've experienced the past 2 years consecutively. So now you don't even bother opening the box because of your past experiences, your past two experiences of opening a box and seeing shit inside. Now you don't even want to open the box because you don't want to get hurt again. There's that fear that I'm gonna see a pile of poop again, right? So you push it away, you return it back to the sender. But that is a bias from the past. It does not necessarily reflect this current situation right now, right? When you open the second box the first time, now you have already thought, okay, in the future, on my future birthday presents, it's all gonna be shit. So you're projecting your past experience into the future, and you're trying to, kind of like dictate, okay, I'm gonna get the same shit on my third year. I'm gonna get the same shit on my fourth year, on my fifth birthday present. I'm gonna get the same shit, and it's gonna hurt again. But little did you know, the third box of present actually has your favorite thing in it. Your third box of present actually has your favorite item in the world, one of a kind. But because of your past experiences, you have now have a bias on what this third box of present should look like. And that's why you don't even try again. You don't bother again. And so your past experiences has already tainted your present and your future experiences. And what's the point of telling you all this? The point is, this applies to not just presents. This applies to any kind of experiences that you have in life. Yeah, sometimes it's fated that bad things happen to good people, and I believe nobody is intentionally trying to be a bad person. Nobody wants that. Nobody intentionally wants to do bad things to harm others. Nobody intentionally wants to do that. But because they do not realize that their past conditionings are running their present and their future experiences. That is why they are lost. That is why they do the things based on a bias from the past. And that's not a very good way to live life, because what if what is happening now at the present moment, or what if something that is going to happen in the future, what if you don't use the lens of your past to dictate what is going to happen, to dictate your present experience, to dictate your future experience? What if you don't use that past lens? What if you throw that past, keep it aside? You might not ever be able to forget about it, but you can always definitely 100% move on from it. Even though you cannot forget it, you can move on from it. You can look at that lesson and go, okay, that's a pretty valuable lesson. Maybe it's training my patience, training my diligence, whatever it may be, is teaching you something. Okay, I take that lesson, I accept that as part of my life, but I do not let that dictate my present and my future experiences that I'm going to have. You see? You see? So if you're able to backtrack a little bit and kind of like think about, am I dealing with this present moment in time using past experiences? And if so, is it outdated? If it works for you now and is bringing harmony and peace and love and joy to your surroundings, by all means, do that. By all means, do that. But if it's not serving your highest purpose, if it is not serving you happiness, if it is not giving you a sense of joy and love and confidence and courage, then you need to let that past go. You need to move on from that, learn the lessons and move on, and face every single present moment that is coming to your life now and in the future. Face it with a blank slate of mind. Don't destroy that piece of thing, that experience, with things from the past, with trash from the past. You gotta donate it. You gotta let it go. You gotta recycle it. So don't let it take your present and the future. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment on what you think. Share this video if it resonates with you. And also subscribe button is right here. Thanks. See you in the next one.